Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Ella Berries Africa. In our today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to cut this princess dart bustier blouse, woman blouse with a lace fabric. If this is what you want, please stay to the end and enjoy the tutorial. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share and turn on the notification bell for more interesting videos. Thank you. So without wasting much of our time, we are just going to go ahead to today's tutorial. And what we are going to be needing for today's tutorial is this lace fabric. We are going to be needing our tape, our scissors, our chalk, a ruler. We are going to be drafting directly on the fabric, but we are going to be using the lining piece, which is the door face fabric, to cut it out. Because that's what we are going to be using. For the bust size is 48, the shoulder is 16, the waist is 41.5, the hip is 51, the length is 25. I'm going to drop the measurements on the screen so you guys can see clearly. So without further ado, this is the lace fabric that we are going to be using. So you don't cut directly on the lace fabric. We are going to cut the lining piece, which is the door face material. Yes, I already went ahead to fold my fabric, just like as you can see. I went ahead to fold my fabric using the hip, which is the biggest round. I folded it using the hip divided by 4 plus 5 inches. And now I'm trying to get my length. You just measure your length. Yes, my length is 25, and I'm not going to be adding anything because the lace mount, I'm going to subtract it. I'm going to subtract 1 inch from that 25, because I'm going to be completing the length using the lace. The lace is going to complete the length. So I'll go ahead and mark my points, which is the shoulder to armhole is 8.5, the bust point is 11.5, the under bust is 14.75, the waist is 18. So I'll go ahead to use my ruler to highlight all these points, to root them out so we can see it clearly. Let's rule it out so we can see it clearly. So we are done ruling it out. Now we are going to mark our basic bodies, which is our rounds. We are going to mark our rounds. So for the shoulder, I'm dividing my shoulder by 2. I'm not adding anything on the shoulder. So the shoulder divided by 2. I'll mark the same thing that I got on my shoulder on my on my armhole point. So I'll join it with a ruler. Sorry guys. I join it with a ruler, and then my bust round divided by 4, I'm going to be adding 5 inches to it. My bust round divided by 4, I'm going to add 5 inch. So I'm just going to extend that line to the armhole slantedly. Then on the under, so guys, on the under bust line, I'm just going to go ahead and also divide my under bust round by 4, and on that, after that, I'm going to be adding about 5.5 inch or 6 inches. Then on the waistline, I'll do the same thing. I'll divide my bust by 4 and then add about 5.5 to 6 inches as the for the darting and the seaming allowance. Then on the length, on the hemline, I'll divide my hip by 4 and then I'll just add about 4 inches to it. That's all. We're not going to take in much that on the hip. That's why we did not add 6, just like the the waist and the underbust. So I'm making my curve, my armhole curve, just with my hand. You can also use your armhole curve to make it. I can use my hand. So with this, we are done with drafting out the basic bodies. So now we are going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead to mark our bustier, our under bust tightening, and our armhole tightening. So for a bust of 48, you can go ahead to use a bust span of 5. A bust span of 5 will be okay. So you mark that bust span of 5. That's bust span of 10 divided by 2 will give us 5. We'll mark the 5 from the close end on the bust line, on the under bust line, on the waistline, and also on the hemline. So you join it with your ruler. You join those lines with your ruler, and after that we are going to mark the under bust tightening for the side closer to the side of the blouse, moving towards the side of the blouse. I'm going to use 2 inches away from that bust span, so 2 inches, and on the hemline I'm going to mark about 1.75. On the under bust I marked 2 inches, on the waistline 2 inches, then for the hemline I went in by 1.75. Hope you guys can see it. I tried to use a contrasting chalk. So on this side, moving towards the center front, I marked ½ inch on the under bust and ½ inch on the waistline, and on the hemline I went in by 0.75. So I'm going to join those points with my ruler like this. So with that, we are going to just make our curve. Come down on the bust point by 1 inch. On that bust span, you come down by 1 inch, so it doesn't have a pointy curve. So we just curve it into the 1, and then we'll also come up by 1 inch. We'll come up by 1 inch. Okay, on the armhole, find the midpoint of the armhole. We'll find the middle of the armhole by measuring from the shoulder slant to the armhole. Find the midpoint, and then we are going to join it. We'll come up here by 1 inch, and then we'll join it with a curve. You can as well use your armhole curve to do this, but I prefer using my hand. So on this lower part here, we're just going to join the other side. After making our curve on this side, we join the other side. Just join it the way I'm doing. Join it like this. Yes, just like this. You go up by 1 inch, and then you join. Then on this part now, you are going to come in by half and come out by ½ inch. Then you join it to the upper bust tightening. This is for the armhole tightening. You join it with a curve like this to the bust area. Join it with a curve. I'm dusting it off because the chalk was too dusty. Chalk is too dusty, so I need to dust it out so that you guys can see it clearly. So for the neck width, I use a neck width of 4 inch. You can use any neck width based on your desire, based on what you want, and I use a neck depth of 5 inch. So I'm just going to make my round neck curve as simple as this. Yeah, very simple. I'll join it to the neck width to this slanted area. So with this we are done. I'm just going to use my scissors to cut it out. So guys, before we continue with the cutting, on where that up on where the armhole tightening ended, I'm just going to extend that line again by 1 inch, just like this, so that I'm going to complete the shortest that is always by the side. So I'll go up by 1 inch, then connect it back to the side just like this. So guys, we are done cutting, and this is what we got for the front panel. This is for the side, and this is for the center front. Yeah, this is what we got. Two piece for the center front and one piece for the center front and two piece for the side front. So this is what we got in the end. So we are just going to go ahead now and use this front pattern to cut out our back pattern. So we'll fold our fabric, and I'll come back and show you how to cut it. So guys, we are folding our fabric right now. We fold our fabric just like this. After folding it, we are going to mark out 1 inch for the we'll start by marking out 1 inch for the zipper allowance. Use your ruler. My ruler is just exactly 1 inch, that's why I'm using it. So we're just going to mark the 1 inch zipper allowance. Yeah, after that we'll place this center front panel immediately after that zipper line. That's a zip allowance. I will also place the side. We place the side, making sure that the hemline is just 1 inch overlapping. The hemline of the side is 1 inch overlapping the front side, just like this. So with this now, we'll mark out the shape of the blouse. We'll mark out the sides and then mark out the neck round too. So we're just going to take off this now. We'll take it off and then we'll check if it rhymes. We'll start by marking out our armhole points, our bust points, yeah, our under bust points, and then the waist. We need to see if it corresponds. If it doesn't correspond, we add it up. So this is for the bust, and divided by 4. Okay. So you see rhymes to our measurement, divided by 4 plus 2.5 on the bust, and then 3 for the waist divided by 4 plus 3 inches. The under bust we also do the same thing, divided by 4 plus 3 inches. Then for the hemline, we are dividing the hip by 4 and also adding 2 inches. So for the back neckline, we are going to go down by, we're going to be using a width of 2 inches. We're using a width of 2 inches for the back neckline, and a depth of 2 inches, and the same width of 4 inches. So next we are going to remove the zip bunch. We go to our waistline. Yes, we mark our waistline. On that waistline we are going to go in by half an inch. This is in order to remove the zipper bunch. So we mark going by half inch, and then we'll come out with a straight line to the hip and to the bust. We'll come out with a slanted line to blend with the bust and the hip. Then for the darting, we are using a bust span of 5. So we are going to mark that on the hip, on the on the waist, and then we'll come down from the shoulder by 10 inches, and on that 10 inches we are marking 5. On the hemline we'll go up by 2 inches. This is to get our back dart. Then we'll join all these points together with a straight ruler. Then on the waist here, we are going to come in and come out by half inch. Come in and come out by half inch. Yes. So we now join it to blend back to that 5 inches bust span that we made on the bust and on the hip area, just like this, to form a triangle. Notice that we are not covering the down part because the lace mat, we are going to be using the lace mat, so we are going to cut it out now. So with this, guys, we are done with cutting out all the pattern piece, all the different parts. This is for the front part and this is for the back panel. Yes. So we are supposed to place it on the lace and cut, but no, we are going to first of all cut out the lining. Please cut out the lining because this is a lace fabric. A lace fabric usually comes with double lining. So we are just going to use this our cut out panel to cut out the lining. We are using a normal lining. Yes, you can use anything as well. You can still use the doll face as your lining. Just use a non-stretchy lining, because if lace doesn't stretch, the doll face doesn't stretch. So I'm just going to place it like this, and watch me as I cut out the different panel of the front lining. So guys, notice that we left out the neck area. We are going to trim that off when we are done turning it with our lining. When we are done turning it, yes, sewing, we are going to trim it off. Yes, so we are done cutting out the lining piece. Now we are just going to place it on the lace fabric, to place the doll face on the lace fabric, and cut it out just like the way I'm doing. We cut the different panels out. We place it leaving out 1 inch. Remember, we didn't complete our length, so we did 24 instead of 25. So this lace now is going to complete it. So you leave out 1 inch when you place your door face fabric. So we use our scissors to cut it out, leaving some allowance like this. So guys, I'm done cutting out the different parts on the lace fabric. As you can see, this is what we got. This is the side front, this one is the center front. You can see that I left out some little space, and this one is the other side front. Yes, the other side front. So we are just going to do the same thing on the back panel. We place the lace, we place the lace and we place the lace on the table and place our pattern, our front panel, the back panel that we have used in cutting. We use the dotches to cut. We are not leaving 1 inch here, 1 inch here, because I'm still going to fold in this back panel. I'm still going to fold it in like this because it has a rough edge. So I need to fold it. So that's why I did not leave out 1 inch for the lace. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my scissors to cut it out. So guys, we are done cutting out the both back panels, just the way I did this one. That's the way you do it, the same thing. So guys, with this we have come to the end of our today's tutorial. If this is what you want, please like and share, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Bye.